Narcissism is an epidemic in the today's society. Narcissism has been way much common than ever the world was, the society was. But today, the things have been changed abruptly, and nobody is taking into account of this incredible and contagious disease. The disease that has been spreading over the generation after generation. It's kind of generational curse. It's kind of the virus which is getting, making and breeding the zombies in the form of humans. They look human, but they are not. So, in order to keep the humanity alive, to keep the United States of America, there's been a lot of shootings, killings. Particularly you see in the South American continent, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, in those countries, the narcissism is at peak. And I don't know, nobody is taking into account. And psychopathy, sociopathy, the people are roaming around. They're not behind bars. They're roaming around in the society, just committing the crimes emotionally, as well as physically. So the thing is that how these people are entitled to do so, and the law and order is implemented in the nation, is implemented in this world. There's a constitution in this world. The justice is what that everyone seeks. But the thing is, these people who are very manipulative, very egotistical, fake grandiosity, and having that unbreakable ego and the sense of superiority. I don't know what these idiot people have. I don't understand. I understand as a spiritual person. I personally understand. Because if I don't understand, who will understand them? I'm acting like a mother of this world. I'm acting as a guru to all those people. I understand their pain. I understand their sickness. But somebody needs to stop this. The society is completely delusional. Nobody is taking into account that this has become so common. Nobody takes into account. First thing is that nobody has the psychological knowledge. Second thing is that lack of spirituality, lack of the study of human nature, the lack of people are not aware of how the human brain works. What are emotions? How the human being should be? People think that just schooling is enough, and schooling and going to school and completing certain courses, getting graduation degree, master's, PhD, whatever you say it. It's just on a piece of paper. It's nothing beyond that. Of course, you might learn something about the mechanism of a machine or mechanism how the things work. You might study on that. But on the personal level, on your spiritual level, on your mental level, how much you have knowledge about it, how much you have the personal developmental training inside you, and how much you have tried to improve yourself from the personal point of view. How are you able to manage your emotions? Of course, people know how to manage finances. They know how to manage mortgages. They know how to manage their time and everything to do some stupid crap work according to the plan. They are doing it. Of course, it's necessary for the today's world. I'm not saying this. More important than this is that mental, emotional stability and its study towards it, and maintaining the knowledge and peace and your personal emotional balance in the day-to-day work life, in the day-to-day life. People are not studying this. People are just the society is completely ignoring this part. They are just completely ignoring, and its consequences is that eventually the breeding of this different breed of people called narcissist people. Of course, their parents were Their grandparents were. This is the generational thing they are carrying out and just destroying around. And their kids will be narcissists too, because when two illogical and mental sick people are raising a child, you can't expect better outcome from the child as well, because the vicinity of these parents, narcissistic parents, eventually make that child even more narcissist, even more psychopathy. They lack empathy, they lack humanity, they lack civil sense, they lack intelligence as well. But they are intelligent. I'm not telling this is a controversial thing. They are intelligent, but they are not intelligent in terms of in the perspective of doing something constructive, but in the destructive way they are intelligent. In construction, you tell that narcissist, do something great, man, for this nation. Do something great for yourself. Forget about the society, about yourself. Your life sucks. You are completely the saddest person ever. You are crying from inside. You are just damaged from inside. You are emotionally damaged. You are not satisfied with your life. So cheap. But they are just very intelligent when it comes to causing damage to someone else. They are emotional less person. On the other side, they are just struggling who has this emotions, who is living the life, who is enjoying the life, who is tasting the quality life. They want to disturb them. Their aim is to disturb them. And generally, some of the people who have less knowledge or who have the weak sense of emotional strength, or who doesn't stand up for himself or herself, or who is just lacking the leadership quality, or who is just lacking or staying behind to raise their voice wherever the things are going wrong. And these people are making these narcissists and psychopaths even more stronger, because they are not raising their voice, they are not raising against them, they are not talking against them, they are not giving the not direct reply, but you need to do and you need to give some kind of reply to these people, or else they will just take you for granted. And it's a human behavior that you need to study. If you allow once, they will do twice, they will do thrice, because their life itself will become their eventually you are giving them the right to disturb you. So somewhere you need to stop that. At least once, twice, because most of the normal people, they don't have this knowledge of what the narcissism is, what the mental illnesses is, what the psychopathy is, what the sociopathy is. But when they go into their society, when they go into a bunch of people around, when they are living in the hostel, when they are going into the office culture, when they are facing, they are going to college or school or wherever there are people, they are just joining into organization. You never know what the people are around and what they are up to. You just think that you are just you just think, or it's a preconceived notion everyone has, that it's like whatever I am, the same thing the world will be. But it's not. The reality is different. For example, I will say, if I'm a peaceful person, I think everyone is peaceful. Oh, that's not the reality, boy. Or if I'm a sadistic person, everyone is sadistic over here. That's not the reality, boy. If I am a narcissist person, I think that everyone is narcissist around me. That's not the truth. The reality is different. The reality is that there are mix. Everyone is different. Everyone is, so you can predict it. But worst case scenario, for your protection, for your safety, you need to consider that everyone is the criminal. Until unless you test, then you trust. Sorry. Sorry. First you test, then you trust. Okay? So the thing is that the narcissism has been so common in the society, and it's a global epidemic, literally. So regarding your safety, you need to take care whenever you are dealing with some strangers, people around you. Don't judge so soon, don't trust so soon, don't just expose yourself or show your vulnerabilities or weaknesses. Don't just express your emotions so soon because there are a lot of hunters that bring you down. Thank you. Sorry guys. I'm sorry, I'm sick a little bit. I got a cold from I just consumed some outside food and it was not hygienic. So I got cold and flu kind of stuff from a couple of days. So I'm trying myself best to recover. Still. So I forgot about that. I'm sorry about that. See, and you got to take care of these people around you, and especially when you are practicing the spirituality, you need to be real cautious when you're dealing with these outside people. You never know how they attack you. You never know how they are trying to destroy your inner peace, your inner stability, and your happiness and your tranquility. They can sense it. These evil souls, whatever you call sociopaths, psychopaths, narcissists, or neuropaths, whatever they are, these people with this kind of sickness around, and it's been all over, and it's very dangerous. And young especially the people from the 15 to 25, 30 years of age. This knowledge is very important. Without this knowledge, there's a huge possibility that they will fall prey for their tactics, because these people from outside. They are just sugarcoating, they're gaslighting, they're just making you feel that just even the false thing they are trying to put into the real terms, and they will show you that this is truth. But in fact, it's a false. If you don't have knowledge about these diseases, these psychological diseases, there are more chances of probability that you will fall prey for this. And my message is to just be aware of it and study these people's behavior. They are interesting creatures. And I recently came across this, and I'm a civil engineer graduate, so I'm from the science field, and I have this exposure to the psychology and the mental, the study of human mental disorders, and study of how the brain works, and how the society has the knowledge and their belief system, and how the various things, traumas, this thing, that thing. I have, from the psychological perspective, from the scientific perspective, I have a lot of things, and I studied much more earlier. So I was aware of this, but not much, because I was more inclined towards the mathematics. My field was more inclined towards, as a civil engineer, towards the structural field, and calculus, algebra, all kind of things. That was my field. But basically, looking at the other side as well, from the biological perspective, your mind, everything and other things are your physical health and mental health and your emotional health. You need to study the biological aspect as well. So study that, focus on that, and be aware of these people. Okay? See you.